The 11th of August 2025, calm waters near Scarborough Shoal turn chaotic. The Philippine Coast Guard cutter BRP Suluwan heads north. It escorts relief boats, carrying food and fuel for fishermen. A Chinese Coast Guard ship CCG 3104 is closing in fast. Its water cannon fires streams at the Suluwan. The jets hit with sledgehammer force a dangerous harassment. A People's Liberation Army Navy destroyer emerges. Destroyer hull number 164 is armed for battle, not crowd control. The vessels converge in a narrowing triangle of open sea. The CCG skipper tries to intercept the destroyer. Unaware, the destroyer keeps its course, a collision imminent. Seconds to impact, no room for error in these contested waters. Why are ships from the same flag about to collide? Scarborough Shoal, a powder keg in the South China Sea. It's within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone, 124 nautical miles from Luzon, Philippine territory by UN law. China seized control in 2012 and has never left. Beijing enforces its claim with Coast Guard and warships. Neither side is backing down in this tense standoff. The Suluwan's mission escort relief craft to fishing grounds. Any Philippine ship near Scarborough Shoal is shadowed. That's what brought CCG 3104 into the picture. The destroyer wasn't there for humanitarian work. It's a Type 052 Luyong 3 class guided missile destroyer, bristling with missiles and long-range radar. Normally it patrols, but today it's part of a blockade. A Chinese Coast Guard cutter accelerates heading towards its target. Its target, a Philippine patrol ship escorting civilian boats. The cutter unleashes its water cannon, a preferred harassment tool. Water cannons, while non-lethal, can cause significant damage. The Suluwan's crew braces against the high-pressure water. The cutter changes its approach, aiming to cut across the Suluwan's bow. A textbook interception maneuver at nearly 20 knots. Radio calls from the Suluwan go unanswered as the cutter presses in. Sirens blare over the hiss of the water cannon. The Philippine vessel holds its course, avoiding any aggressive moves. A miscalculation, the PLA Navy destroyer looms closer. The cutter's intercept path crosses directly into the destroyer's track. The cutter's captain, locked on, pushes through the intercept line. Too late, the destroyer's crew spots the danger and signals. The cutter's bow slams into the destroyer's port side. The impact is brutal, steel crumpling like paper under a fist. The destroyer suffers superficial damage, but the shock runs through her hull. Crewmen on the cutter's foredeck vanish from sight after the impact. The scene is chaos. The destroyer's horn blares, the cutter's engines cut off. The Philippine crew offers assistance but receives no response. The destroyer backs off, leaving the cutter dead in the water. The Chinese pursuit ends with one of their own ships crippled. On the BRP Sulawesi, the collision is met with shock and disbelief. They watch the cutter slam head-on into its own Navy's destroyer. The Suluwan's radio operator offered immediate medical assistance. Instead, the Chinese cutter slammed into its own destroyer. The impact sent a deep metallic boom across the water. Philippine officers saw crew stumble and vanish behind the bow. The cutter's deck crew lacked heavy safety gear. A sudden stop can hurl a man several meters at that speed. The Suluwan offered medical assistance but received no reply. The offer was repeated in English, and Mandarin silence followed. The destroyer's crew focused on assessing their vessel's damage. The cutter's crew gathered aft, their movements slow and cautious. The refusal to accept aid was telling from the Philippine perspective. Accepting help would be politically awkward for the Chinese. Civilian relief boats stayed clear, witnessing an embarrassment. Their mission was routine, but they witnessed an international event. The Chinese crews faced the reality of their high-speed intercept. Friendly steel met friendly steel under foreign eyes. Manila called the event atrocious, violating collision regulations. The maneuver risked lives and could have triggered a broader crisis. The BRP Suluwan offered help, but they refused, which says a lot. The refusal reinforced Manila's narrative: Beijing risks safety. Beijing framed the operation as lawful enforcement within its waters. China described monitoring, pressing, blocking, and controlling actions. No photographs of the damaged cutter were released by state media. Marcos vowed Philippine ships would continue to operate in these waters. "These are our fishermen, our seas, and our duty," Marcos declared. One side described a near disaster, the other a routine patrol. Silence after an incident can be as telling as the incident itself. The silence after the Scarborough Shoal incident speaks volumes about the tensions. It's a chess piece in a vital waterway claimed by the Philippines, but controlled by China. A UN tribunal invalidated China's claim, but Beijing dismissed the ruling outright. Each patrol is a statement, each interception a reminder of who controls the waters. Recent confrontations include lasers, blocked resupply missions, and rammed fishing boats. Beijing claims it's enforcing sovereignty, but the shoal's location is key to shipping lanes. The South China Sea handles over 60% of global maritime trade, worth trillions annually. A conflict here would ripple across the world economy and extend China's military reach.